Everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. So today we got a little bit of an update from Evony, the Delphic Oracle, and its Otto. And the way to get Otto in this event is you spin. I've only spun twice so far. I haven't got him. And you could buy packs. And, right, you have a chance of getting other generals. You have a chance of getting him. Don't spend this $140 Canadian. Use the Amazon App Store. The description of how to do it is in the description to the video. Use the link in the description. It does help support the channel. Get discounts, guys. Why give Evony all of your money? So I was fortunate enough to get Otto in, what event was it a little while ago? I think I bought a Trial of Night chest and I won him. So I got to put him up to 6 stars. So let's compare him to Askia Mohammed, because that's the base comparison for people. And, you know, the premium duty gen versus slumming it. And is it worth it to use Otto the Great if you do get him? So basically, here is Otto the Great, and then I'm going to show you the math that goes with this. So here's the math that goes with it. So I did it up, and let's look at Otto. First, I'll show you how I got to it. So here's Otto. His main skill is increase in-city siege machine attack by 30%. So that is awesome. And reduce enemy range attack 15. So very good debuff. His initial skill is very good. Now let's look at his specs. So siege, none of this matters, right? If it doesn't say applied to trap factory officer, it doesn't work. So I think that means right here, this doesn't work either. Sabotage. Some people swear it does. Let me know in the comments if you have proof that it works. I've had people tell me, yeah, it works. Or sabotage works on certain buildings like the warehouse. Then I've tried it, taken them on and off battles, and I don't see a difference. So I don't think this works. So the only thing that works is applied to trap factory officers. So you could get quite easily with the third spec, 10% more attack for Otto. And then if you complete that, you get this one to level 1. So probably like 2% more. And then you got to gold them up to get all the rest of it there. But anyways, that's pretty good. If you do all of this, and so realistically, let's pretend we didn't do this and we only got 2%. You get 30% in city siege, 40%, and then 42%. So that's a pretty good deal for a base general. And then you could ascend him. I got him up 1 star because I got one of him. I already had one. That's pretty easy to do. And I got in-city ground troop and mounted troop defense 30% more. And then another 10% enemy range debuff. Obviously, the siege attack debuff is meaningless at this point. We all understand that. But there's starting to become some siege attacks that are approaching 3,000. So it might actually become difficult to fully debuff siege attack. So maybe it will be important. The next one, to get 2 more of him and use all that Blood of Heirs, you really only get enemy troop defense 15% more. Not quite as good as the ascensions you'll see on Askia as we compare. So now let's look at Askia, so he reduces the gem cost and resource cost. Not exactly something that you care about too much when looking at buffs for duty generals. Increases in-city siege attack by 25. So that's less. The other guy was 42 if we had him. And then if we look at 42 and 60 if you had him fully spec'd out. Now if we look here, doesn't work. Applied to subordinate city mayor. So this doesn't work. Applied to trap factory. So kind of useless stuff. Trap building speed and damage siege machine capacity. And then here, trap speed and siege machine capacity. So at least you save on specialties. You don't have to use rune stones on Askia. But now you can ascend him, and he has pretty good ascension all the way up, every level. In-city ground troop and mounted troop defense, 10-10. Next one is 20 for the defense. Next one's 20 for the HP. And then you get another 15 and 10, so 25 more on the defense and HP for horses and ground, and then another 15 for siege attack. So let's go to the chart here and look at where I got the math. So here we are. So Otto's base buff, so this is him at 6 stars. This is what you're going to get from Otto the Great. You're going to get Siege Machine attack 60%. You can lower that to 42 if you just get green on the final specialty, if you don't get them up. But for me, I have it, so I have 60%. I have 25% range troop debuff. I then have 30 for ground defense and 30 for mounted defense. No HP. That's important, and I don't have it. I also get an enemy troop defense debuff of 15%. That is from 7 stars, right? So I don't have that. That's if I want to get him to 7, I would get that. Now, let's look at Askia. If I get Askia to 7 stars, which is super easy because he's in the tavern, I'm going to get 25% siege attack. That's 35 less than Otto. That's a lot. But I'm going to tie on the ground and mounted defense of 30, but I'm going to add ground and mounted HP of 30. And then I'm going to lose the 25% range debuff. So at this stage, Otto at 6 versus Askia at 7, I'm going with Otto, no doubt. Now, if I only had Otto at 5, if I don't get him to 6, that means I have the siege and range. I don't have any of the ground or mount. I still might go with Otto. Otto, that's pretty big to have 35% more siege and 25% range. But it's kind of a tie depending what you want. Now, what about Otto at 6 or 7 versus Askia at 10? So we got the exact same stats on Otto, right? The 60, 30, 30, and then the debuffs. And then Askia is going to give you 45 siege attack, so he's only down 15% now. And he's going to up that ground mount defense HP to 55. So now it's Otto who's down 25%. And then down 55% on the defense HP. But he gains on the 25% range debuff. So I think at that point, if you can get Askia to 10, I would really consider using him instead of Otto. But there's so many duty officers that I just think the value in getting them all to 6 or 7 is better than getting 1 to 10. So I would not get Askia to 10 right now. And I think if you have Otto, you could leave him at 5 or 6. And then you could do all the other ones to 6 or 7 or get them up to 8 or 9 or 10. And because you have this premium general in Otto, I think you can afford to wait it out and basically say, look, when I'm done all my duty officer ascensions and my subordinate city ascensions, if I haven't got more Otto fragments, then I'll switch to Askia. But I won't switch to them right away because I'm waiting to see if I get them. Maybe Evony makes them easier, right? Maybe Evony makes an even better trap duty officer. And then you don't even need them again. So that's how I would do it, and that is how I'm doing all my duty generals. So right now, if I show you my duty generals, I have some premium ones, and I have some low-level ones, right? Johnny Portugal, Abdullah Rahman, Skanderberg, Uliji, Mundiak. Basically, the only high ones I have are Nassau, Stilchko, and Otto the Great. And those are going to be the ones I'm leaving them at 6, and I'm going to focus on all these other ones. So if you check back in maybe 3 months, Guan, Abdul Rahman, Johnny Portugal, all these guys, I'm going to be upping them to like 9 or 10 stars. And at that point, I'm going to start to look at Otto, Stilchko, and Nassau and be like, okay, well, I could get Banchow to 10 pretty easily. I could get Askia to 10 because they're in the tavern. And then I'll start to make some decisions. But I'll hold off on that. I have the luxury of doing that right now and see where we go. Let me know your thoughts on duty officers. Are you going with Askia? So basically, the point of the video is don't feel like you have to get Otto in this event. If you don't have them, you're perfectly fine. But anyways, like, subscribe, leave a comment.